Hey, welcome back everyone. How you doing? It's me. Who else? Mr. 4K Upscaler. So here we are back again on Sony 900E 55-inch BRAVIA XBR 4K HDR TV with X1 processing chip. Not the extreme, but the basic version of the X1 processing chip. And the whole point of this video is going to be for me to show you how to calibrate, what my recommendations are for the nighttime viewing and the nighttime playing video games on this television set. A lot of people, they have two different presets. They have a presets during the day that they use, and then they have a presets during the night that they use. I'm going to show you what my presets are for the night mode. All right, this is the night mode. The one very important thing that I have to mention here, and the reason you're seeing a color temperature there, and this is very important, there's a reason why I left it here in the beginning of this video. If you don't adjust your tone, temperature, color, then it's going to defeat the purpose, okay? You have to adjust your color temperature for the night time. And my recommendation for the nighttime is warm color. It's not a full-blown yellow warm. This is a type 1 warm 1 color that has a little bit of yellow. Reason being, it's because it's trying to suppress that blue vibrant UV light. That blue UV light, it's something that's recommended during the day because everything, it's bright and lit up in the room. But during the night, you want to make sure you switch to warm 1. So we're going to switch to warm 1 color right here. There is the expert mode. Expert mode, it's another one that I would recommend. But the expert mode, honestly, it's something I would only use for the movies. I wouldn't use it for the video games. So just keep it on warm 1. With warm 1, you will still have a little bit of that bluish and reddish, but the blue UV light will be dimmed down, meaning that the blue UV light is not going to damage and give you a headache. What I mean by damaging is affecting your headache. When you're watching something that has a lot of blue UV light emitting, then that blue UV light can trigger a headache and migraine, especially if you're somebody who's suffering from episodes of migraines. You will definitely notice that effect as well. Okay, and this is all a proven fact. Everything I say here, you guys can Google it. You will find out that blue UV light, it's a big problem, and there's a reason why people buy these orange sunglasses. And you see all these gamers, they have these eyewears, these orange eyewears. They wear these orange eyewears because if they don't wear them and that blue UV light is emitting, they cannot go to sleep. Okay, you cannot go to sleep if the blue UV light is emitting. Okay, you'd be surprised how much what you see with your own eyes affects your brain, and then the brain affects your heart, and then you have trouble breathing, you have panic attacks, you have short, deep breaths. There's all these elements that can cause all of this. Again, this is I did some research on this. This is not me pulling this out of my butt. This is something that I did some research on. So anyway, the first thing you want to do is your color temperature should be warm. So we'll keep the color temperature warm. The next important second step besides the color temperature, remember, color temperature is the first step. Warm. Use the warm color. Second step is your brightness, your luminous level brightness. Here, we're going to move it down a little bit. We're going to move it down to 39. 39, it's reasonable because we don't want, remember, we're trying to avoid that blue UV light. So we're trying to avoid that. So we're moving it down a little bit. So we don't need to emit too much light. So move the brightness, luminous brightness to 39. Second step is going to be your contrast. This is another important part right here. Your contrast should be at 87. I already left it at 87. 87 is perfect. So remember, first step is your color temperature. Leave your color temperature at warm. Second step, it's your luminous brightness. Okay, and your luminous brightness, a backlit LED luminous brightness, needs to be at 39. Contrast needs to be at 87. Black levels, you can leave them at 43. That's fine. Because if you go below 43, you're going to start crushing your deep dark levels, and you don't want to do that. Black adjustments, you can keep high. That's fine, because you want to take advantage of deep dark levels. Advanced contrast enhancer, the reason I turn this off during a night mode is because, again, we're trying to avoid that bright UV light. Okay, that bright blue UV lights. This is something during the day. Calibration, you can turn high, on, okay, and you can leave the neutral color with the blue UV light. You can leave that during the day, because during the day you got so much sunlight and so much light in the room that you can leave it on during the day. But remember, this is during the night. We're talking about you calibrating this during the night. So leave advanced contrast enhancer off. Local dimming, we want to always keep it at high. You never turn this off, because you want to take the advantage of making sure that this television doesn't bleed any brightness light. So you want to make sure that auto local dimming is set to high. Okay, and here I am from the corner, from an angle, and you're not going to see any bleeding light here. If this was a Samsung KS8000 edge lit, there'd be plenty of bleeding light. That's due to the edge lit, top to bottom. Okay. Extended dynamic range, I would also keep this at medium. Okay, because remember, we're calibrating for the night time. Okay, you want to go to sleep. You want to play a little bit, and then you want to go sleep lullaby. Okay, and we all know how important the sleep is for all of us. If you don't get that good sleep night, then when you wake up in the morning, you feel like shit. You can't focus. You feel angry. Okay, so that's why. All right, now, so let's go through this really quick. All right, so extended dynamic range, keep it on medium. Local dimming, always keep it at high. Advanced contrast enhancer, keep it off. Actually, let me bring my camera closer. Okay, so extended dynamic range, we're going to keep it on medium. Local dimming, we'll keep it at high. Advanced contrast enhancer, turn this off. Black adjustment levels, keep it at high. And black level adjustments, keep it at 43. That's a good level to be at. You don't want to go below 43, otherwise you will crush your deep dark levels. See, there's nothing being crushed here. Everything looks normal the way it should be. Gamma, you don't ever never mess with the gamma. Leave the gamma at the default. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if you have top of the line, super duper calibrator, pro calibrator that won all of the awards. I don't care. Leave the gamma at default. Contrast, keep it at 87. Brightness, keep it at 39. Now, when we say brightness, we're talking about the luminous light brightness. It even says right here, we're talking about the luminous. Luminous meaning emitting LED light. In this case, it's LED, so the LED is emitting the light. So you want to keep the luminous backlit peak brightness LEDs at 39. And if you ask why, well, we're trying to avoid. Remember, we're trying to avoid that peak brightness and that blue UV light. Now, there's no blue UV light because we chosen the warm colors. Everything looks really nice. Even me, not even a feet away here from the television, everything looks very nice and it doesn't bother my eyes. So remember, that's the whole idea here. To enjoy your content, enjoy your TV, so that way you don't get sick, you don't feel nauseous, okay? And if you guys think I'm BSing about the blue UV light, Google is your friend, okay? So hopefully you guys are taking notes. Now let's go back. In terms of color at 63, it's okay, because I'm trying to take advantage of HDR a little bit here. So color at 63, that's fine. This you never mess with, okay? Gamma and hue, you always leave it alone. Again, I don't care what anybody says, or if you have a super duper pro calibrator, leave the hue alone. Color temperature, warm, okay? This is a warm 1 on the Sony. There is Expert 1, but Expert 1 I only recommend for a movie experience. For a gaming experience, you want to keep it at warm, okay? Keep it at warm here, and that's what you need to do. So keep the color temperature at warm. So now we have color temperature at warm and live color at high. Now, why would you want the live color at high? Because we want to take advantage of that color to pop a little bit, okay? We don't want our color to be bleak, all right? So this is pretty much my recommendation that I would use for the nighttime on Sony X900E. Now, in terms of sharpness, since you guys want to know about that too, sharpness, it's fine. You can keep the sharpness at 50. It's not going to really have any problems, especially if you're 55. I say if you have a 55 inch, go with a 50. If you have 65 and 75 inch, go with 43. That's what I would recommend. 43 or 35. But for 55, 50 is good because this is a 55 inch, has a good uniformity. If you go below 50, then the picture's gonna look a little bit more smooth, you know, more softer. What I'm trying to say is the picture's gonna look more softer. So that's pretty much what I'm using here. In terms of motion, I would keep the motion and clarity at the custom and leave everything at the default state. Okay, because no matter which option you choose on the motion flow, this Sony processing chip will give you the best possible motion flow. Okay. All right, now I hope in these 12 minutes, I hope that you guys pause the video, rewind the video, pause the video again, take a pen and pencil and write these settings down, okay? Because that's what I would do. I would pause the video, write these settings down, and then try them out. All right, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and go through this game a little bit just to show you how it looks. Okay. So remember, this is for the nighttime mode. And here I am, not even 2 feet away from the TV. And it looks great. Maybe I can get a little bit closer. Hold on. Okay, so here I am. I'm not even 1 feet away from the TV. I'm really close to the TV. And it doesn't bother me. Like all of this brightness here doesn't bother me because everything it's set to the tone of dark ambience. Okay. When you have a warm color and when you have a contrast lowered down, along with the backlit luminous light lowered down with that warm color, now you're isolating that blue UV light, and then you're also isolating that high luminous of brightness on top of the contrast. Remember, we turned off the extended contrast mode, so it looks natural. And here I am. I'm sitting 1 feet away from this TV. It doesn't bother my eyes. It looks fantastic, and it looks great. It really does. I gotta tell you, I cannot stress enough just how beautiful the Decima engine. This is why I tell people, to me personally, Decima engine was and always will be one of my favorite engines. And wait till we see that game from Hideo Kojima, Death Stranded. Then we're truly going to appreciate what Decima engine can do. Maybe I can get a little bit closer here just to show you. Here I'm like really close. No issues. No issues with the brightness here. Nothing is hurting my eyes. Even here, it's reasonably good. So I mean, I don't recommend that you sit this close to a TV, but believe me, you will definitely appreciate. You will definitely appreciate watching TV like this in a dark room at night. Hold on. Now, normally, you're going to be watching this, 5 feet away or something like that, like over here, right? So it's really not going to bother you that much, but it's really going to give you that nice, balanced picture quality that you desperately need at night. So go ahead and use these settings. I highly recommend that you use them. I've been using these settings, and it works well for me at night, and I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work for you. Okay? I've seen people with the blue UV lights blasting at night, and then they wonder why they can't go to sleep, why they have insomnia. Well, that's because of the blue UV light that you have turned up so high. Imagine if somebody used a blue UV light LED flashlight and keeps it on next to your bed. Are you going to be able to go to sleep? I don't freaking think so. Now, if it was an orange light, then you would be able to go to sleep. Actually, I can show you that test right here. I have this lamp right here. I'm going to show you. This lamp right now, it's at yellow. But if I go to a bright white, you see this bright white? Now with this, you can go to sleep. And that's what you're getting. That's the type of light that's emitting from the backlit, from the TV, that blue UV light. And you cannot go to sleep if you have that type of light. Now, if I turn it to yellow, right here. Hold on. If I turn it to yellow, you see that it's different. Now it's more yellow. And now you see it's bright white. Now it's yellow. Bright white UV light, blue UV light, warm. Blue UV light, warm. Blue UV light, warm. So anyway, there you have it, guys. Hopefully this video helps you. Hopefully you're going to utilize these settings. Let me know what you think. You can contact me on Facebook. I think Facebook is the best way for you to get in touch with me. Go to my messenger and ask me any questions you might have. I will leave a link down below. Or you can also leave a message here on YouTube forums. You can also leave the comment down below and let me know what you think. Try it out and you will see that this is going to work for you. And you will see a drastic difference on what you had before and with this. But remember, this only works for the nighttime. Okay, this does not work for the daytime. I mean, you can still watch it, but it's recommended that you use this for the nighttime mode. So there you have it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Oh, before I end the video, I want to say one more thing. In terms of my live streams, I think I already mentioned this on my previous video. The only way I can do the live streams is if I have 40 people show up on my live stream. If I only have 8 to 9 people, I just can't, man. I cannot waste my time 6 hours and then be getting just lousy, 8 viewers. Not that I don't appreciate that, but you guys have to remember that's costing me a bandwidth that I have to use from my Comcast, and they're going to charge me a lot of money for using that bandwidth. Okay, I don't mind doing it if 40 of you or 50 or 60 of you are going to show up on the live stream. So I want you guys to be understandable of that as to why. If I can get 60 people, 40 people to show up on my live stream and they request me to do a certain game, I'll do it, but only under those conditions. All right, guys, thank you for understanding. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.